Hey everybody, welcome back to Jay's Car Channel. In this video, I want to demonstrate how to apply Adams Polish's Brilliant Glaze to your interior windshield. If anybody out there has struggled with this like I have, you'll notice that sometimes you'll clean a windshield and think everything's great, and then you drive in the sun, direct sunlight, and then you see all kind of forms of haze and streaking in your glass, which it's actually happened to me on this car, and I know the camera is not going to be able to pick this up. In direct sunlight, I saw quite a bit of haze and streaking in this windshield, and I've actually cleaned the exterior of the windshield and the interior. I've cleaned the interior of the windshield twice with a pretty good cleaner, but I think what ended up happening was it probably got 50% of what was on there and just pushed the rest around. And so just to give a little bit of background into some of the things about what happens to your windshield, one of the main things is, anything out in the air, like dust and debris, pollen, any of those things, that's going to just get drawn in. Those things are always going to be present. The other thing is, if you're a smoker or something of that nature, you vape or whatever, those type of things are going to get relatively quickly build up a film on your windshield. The third thing that everybody has to deal with, I actually didn't know anything about until recently, a few years ago. I was educated on it. It's actually called off-gassing. So your interior has a lot of plastics. Those plastics over time heat up, expand, contract, all those type of things. It's being heated up a lot by the sun, and when that happens, it releases gases. So your plastics release gas. Everything inside your car is releasing some form of something that attaches, and it's called off-gassing, attaches to your windshield. And that film is, I think, one of the more difficult ones to actually remove besides smoking. So that's what everybody has to fight on every car that's, over time, that's parked outside in the sun, which what cars aren't? I mean, there's maybe some cars that just stay inside of a garage their whole life and rarely get driven, but most cars are going to be out in the sun and they're going to get baked. And so that off-gassing is going to attach itself to your windshield, and you can't just wipe that off with water, or just a regular soap. It takes a stronger chemical to get that off. And so that's where Adams Brilliant Glaze comes in. So it's the one I like to use. I'm sure there are other polishes out there and things of that nature that you could use for your interior glass to knock it down. But this one's just so easy to use. It has a pina colada smell. It smells awesome. And so your inside of your car is going to smell good for a little while. And it's just a quick process. So I'm going to show you now after talking for several minutes. But I just like to educate, and I'm more on the side right now of just trying to pass on knowledge to people who are like how I used to be or how I am still. I like to learn as much as I can about maintaining cars and keeping them nice and cleaning them up in the best way I can. So after 30 years or more actually of cleaning and maintaining my own vehicle, these are the type of things I've come to find out that work the best. So I'm going to go ahead and show how to apply the Brilliant Glaze to your windshield. It's really simple. You just want a block applicator like this. This is a microfiber applicator. You just take your Brilliant Glaze, shake it up, put a couple of drops into the applicator, 2 or 3. You'll get a little line of product into the applicator, and you can kind of butterfly it so that it's not overly concentrated. I always like to do that. And I like to take and draw. I'm going to move this mirror a little bit out of the way so I like to take and draw a square on the section I'm doing. So I'm going to go down to the bottom, the far side, go all the way up, draw the square, and then fill it in. Do a vertical pass, all the way down vertical. You don't have to put a lot of pressure. Go at the bottom. Just kind of rubbing this in. And then I do a horizontal, cross hatching it, so side to side. Side to side here. And on these corners, you can kind of try to push it up against the corner as best you can get it. You may not be able to get all the way down to the very bottom or all the way up to the very top, but you know, close as you can get it within reason. And it hazes up really fast, so it's essentially ready to be removed pretty much as soon as you apply it. So you take your microfiber towel, and it doesn't take a lot of pressure at all. Just knock that off. Just knock it down. And you'll notice it'll make the windshield just super slick, which I think is going to be, you know, a good thing for future cleaning. This glaze actually has some solvents, and it has a little bit of I think a little bit of carnauba in there, not much, but just a little bit. So, you know, you're cleaning, but you're also somewhat applying some form of light protection. So that's it, and that's just the driver's side. And the way my camera's set up right now, it's sitting in the passenger seat. So to move that over here to the driver's side and do the passenger side, I think would just be a little bit senseless. It goes pretty similar to what happened here on the driver's side. There's not much difference. It's just cut it in half and imagine me doing the same on that side. So from time to time you might see some high spots left over from the glaze. You can just use a standard glass cleaner and a glass microfiber towel like this one. This is a Rag Company FTW towel. These are some of the best glass cleaning towels I've ever used. They're really nice. They got a real thick pile on them, so they tend to pick up, you know, a lot of the stuff that's on your glass and just remove it relatively quickly. They got some bite, you know, they got some ability to pull, and they don't grab much. This process here, you may have noticed, I mean, the towel just glides effortlessly when you do the glaze. It works the same when I do a glass cleaner. I'm starting to get into other stuff. This video was just about, you know, applying glaze, so, but I just wanted to give as much information as I can. So hopefully you guys find this mildly entertaining, but mostly I want you guys to find this, you know, informational and helpful, useful to people. You know, so thanks for watching. I really appreciate any viewership out there, and you know, we'll see you on the next one. I got more videos coming. This is the 2011 Crown Vic, and yeah, got more to come, so stay tuned, and thanks again. See you around.